Hello friends, this is Chandrakant from Akulmach Technologies and welcome to the CEO Roundtable, and today is Friday. Let me welcome my guest. First guest is from Singapore. She is a very senior person in the industry and chairman, CEO of Career Zoom, Miss Farida Charania.
Hello everyone. I hope the week has gone well. I'm ready for the weekend, so I hope all of you are as well.
Yes, I think we are looking forward to a great discussion today, Farida. Thank you for your presence. Our second guest is joining us from India, Miss Kanchan Verma. She is the CEO of Akulmach Technologies.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? And I look forward for a great discussion today.
Welcome, Kanchan, and we are all fine. And today, the topic of discussion is about the job opportunities the youngsters can expect, specifically related to the batch of 2020. And when you are a final year student, the job is already selected for you, or the internship is already selected for you. There used to be campus interviews by various corporates across different universities, but all of that is not happened because of COVID. So what next? So we would discuss this aspect, which is specifically related to the employment of youngsters. So Farida, we will start with you. What do you think is going on? What are the risks for the batch which is coming out in 2020, and what are the new opportunities for them?
Sure. So while neither of us claim to have all the answers in this area, but there is observation, and then there is some expectation and experience as to what to expect next. Now the thing is that because the pandemic hit, lot of industries were negatively impacted. So for instance, tourism, transport, retail, hospitality, these were impacted really, really badly. But also, there were industries which emerged as having a lot more opportunity, like the digital media and entertainment, video conferencing services, health and wellness, e-learning, delivery and logistics, warehousing, storage, e-commerce, pharma, robotics, streaming, VoIP. So these are, the new sectors which I see have become very strong in the last few months. Therefore, there are a lot of opportunities which are definitely constrained, because like you said, there used to be interviews on the campus, and there was a selection process, and that was the expected way of working. But that is all changing. So having said that, all we need to do is adapt. And my recommendation to the new graduates is that they need to be flexible, they need to be digitally savvy, they need to be open to remotely working, so be able to work by themselves, not really kind of be insistent on working in an office environment, because this way of working might continue very long. So they will need to be a lot more agile in terms of being able to pick up things in isolation. So so not really have that camaraderie, the classroom kind of setup, or the new induction kind of setup, because a lot of these things are happening digitally. So they need to adapt really, really quickly. I think this generation, the younger generation who's graduating as of this year, they've had a very steep learning curve, because a lot of them would have already aligned to the new digital world. They would have received their lectures digitally, they probably could have attended their exams digitally as well. So I think it is a time of change. There will be a pathway to get adjusted, but then there will be opportunities, and there are actually quite a few opportunities.
Well, Farida, you are giving a very positive picture, but it is also imperative that we should be realistic. Although the students have given the online digital exams, and those are all shrouded with in mystery, because how much preparation they have done, how much teacher interaction they had, uh, all that. So I think the exposure may be there on the digital platform, but earlier the method was to do a campus interview, where at least 4 to 5 offers of internship would come, will land in their lap, and then they can choose where they want to do. Especially with regard to engineering and management students. So none of the companies have gone in. That means the usual internship business is, it does not look very attractive for companies. Uh, there is no longer need to hire youngsters, interns, groom them, and then make them ready for for their roles. So the companies are using some other method of engagement, and hence students have to realize those methods, what are the opportunities in that area, and get enlightened towards that. So I think this is my view. Kanchan, I would like to throw this open, and since you work with education institutions, uh, what is your opinion, and where opportunities are and where are the risks?
Well, I think that pandemic is creating a long-lasting effect and challenges. In terms of education sector, uh, there are many advices that education sector is not affected with, from the COVID, but actually it's been affected by the COVID because there's no physical classes. There's no interaction of students with other students, so they can get information. Now, the scene is that it is a war on talent. If you have some specific talent, you are in a job, in employment. If you don't have, then you have to acquire that talent. Now, we talk about digitization. So, there are many students who are not from technology background. They are maybe, for example, they are studying history, or they are studying Hindi graduates. So where is the employment for them? So there is the employment for them. Suppose for Hindi subject, they have employment online only. For that, they have to really undergo a training of technology, how to use, how to present themselves. So again, there's a challenge for them. Now, on the other side, if we think who are the employers for these kind of talent, they also looking out a workforce, a composite workforce where they can rely on, and they can give more information, more input, and in this process they can make more profit. But now I see there are many courses which are free online. So as I said, there's a lot of challenges in both ways. So what I feel the student should, they have challenges, and to overcome these challenges, they have to train themselves more in terms of technology, in terms of how to create niche for themselves in this environment. So I think that is quite challenging for especially 2020 pass out students.
Excellent point, Kanchan. I think I like to add to this that yes, there are challenges, and like I said, there will be a period of adjustment because again, maybe organizations have realized that online works well. They might not want to invest in the real estate to actually bring people to office, but at the same time, people who just start work, the youngsters who just start their work life, they are missing out on a reasonable part of that experience where you actually work in a team and do things together and learn from each other. So that adjustment is extremely crucial because maybe this will become the way forward. This is what the new normal might look like. And acquiring digital skills is one thing. I think that is a given, but also the mindset that because like for instance, if somebody has trained to be a chef, where are the opportunities for them? Because leisurely activities, fine dining, this is one of the most impacted sectors. Yeah, so where do these people find opportunities? So is there an opportunity for them to kind of become part of, say, a business where they can actually still exercise their skills online and probably have a supply chain mechanism which delivers it to the end consumer? If someone has trained to say become a support staff, what about somebody who is going into say office administration? If they have an administration background or academics, where are their skills used? Because the need for a receptionist or for an office manager will become very little, because maybe one person will double up as everything, since it's an online thing. So where are the opportunities for them, and what are the skills that they need to acquire to, one, stay relevant, adapt, and be part of the workforce, not sit on the fence and wait for things to be normal, which nobody knows how long that's going to take, right? What do you think, CK?
So I think we all recognize the risk part of it, and the way Farida and Kanchan have given their pitch, it is very clear that some of the jobs will totally vanish from the marketplace. So things like the office administration staff will go, because if there is no physical office required and everything is moving in the virtual background, the physical operational side uh, will not be required, and those people who wants to build career in the administration side of it will have to acquire new skills and find new jobs. So I think it's very clear, Farida, to answer your question, we all agree that the risks are identified. So going back to the subject for opportunities, which are relevant for batch of 2020, I think the opportunities can be in different areas. It's very clear that people have to get digital, they have to leverage the digital platform. So let's break it down into segments. Let's say somebody wants to become we will only focus on the non-IT side of it, because IT is very clear. They can immediately get onto the bandwagon of digital platform. But if somebody wants to get into an arena of like a mechanic or like a chef or cook, for example. So these are all non-digital activities. What are the opportunities for this type of people who are good in their subject but don't know where to find opportunities, where to find jobs, where to find a business opportunity? So what is your opinion on those? Let's focus one by one. Kanchan, you want to pick up category of cook or anything?
I would like to add that opportunities are there's a whole shift in terms of opportunities. So I think the ground is open for professionals who are willing to do jobs in community services, which is there, in health services, which is there. The opportunities are there, the employment is there. Then again, because there's a shift altogether. So people who are from non IT background, they should focus on health related sectors, or they are open to, suppose for example, translation of one language to other. So there's a lot of opportunity. They should be ready to learn new language. So it is kind of, it's a war of talent, I said. So you have to be talented, you acquire a lot of skills to really add at the moment in this in this COVID era. It's not yet post COVID era. So, but I feel you have to acquire more of talent, more of skill to really get along in employment market.
So just to add to what Kanchan is saying, I would like to say that if you are an oxygen manufacturer, right? So you don't have to really exert hard, because in the COVID thing, all you have to do is produce oxygen from the atmosphere, put it in a cylinder, and then you have a ready business. So I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, you want to set up a medical healthcare services based business, there are a lot of opportunities. The problem is related to the youngsters who are passing out in 2020. Where are the opportunities? I mean, imagine yourself, when we were passing out, we had no clue where we will end up. So there will be campus interviews. We got selected by some company. We got into internship, and then from there our career started. And then after that, after the internship period was over, we were destined to become what we were, based on what internship we did in the initial states. So I think that is where the moot question of today's discussion is: what are the opportunities for people who are not in the IT segment, but in other walks of life, like chef, office administration, things like that. Where are the opportunities?
Okay, I feel that if any young student who is passing out from this batch, current batch. And if we take an example of chef, so now the opportunity is all, as we know, is online. So for that online, where we have to create a course, we start giving these courses, all unique courses. It's not the daily cooking which we are talking for the chef. So in this segment also, we have to be open to ideas. Give learning outcome has to be very very crucial. So we have to give these kind of courses. So I think that is one aspect of when we talk about chef or something related to hospitality. Like for hospitality, one subject which I think is table manners. So these kind of small courses you can give, you can give online education in there. So that is one employment base. What I feel is.
Okay, so I'd like to just pick it up from here. So, for instance, because if I were to actually offer advice to, say, a catering student who's just passing out, now, not necessary that from somebody who's not known at all, people are going to take courses, because I do have a slightly different, view of looking at it. But I think the core skill of a chef is the ability to cook food which is different from food which is cooked at home. And people actually, when they go to the restaurants, it's not just for eating. A chef is someone who creates a very unique experience for the diner, because they are expected to have this whole not just the gastronomic delight, but a visual delight as well, because it's all about being in that ambience, the ability to cook up something which is very not just tasty and appeals to your senses, but also visually extremely attractive. So this is a core competence of a chef. Now there could be a sector where people who pass out from these catering institutions, they could start off something where they give people a home, an experience in their homes of, say, a very gourmet kind of a cooking. So that could be one possibility, because it's not that this will never recover. All of this is going to recover, but the problem is in the interim. So when this is one of the options, because learning from someone and cooking in your own home is a very different ballgame. There is a lot that is available already. Somebody who's trying to for instance say create a career in the administration side, operations administration, they could actually become a virtual assistant. There are people who would require these services. Someone who's looking to be a mechanic, they will still find a job, because that is not going away. It's just this whole adjustment period, that what do you do in the time that the world actually will adjust to the new normal, because you're still going to need cars, you're still going to need mechanics, and these skills are something which anyways you can't impart them online. You can't teach a car owner how to repair a car, so they will still need a mechanic. So it is going to be, but in the interim, the adjustment period is slightly think out of the box. Can they offer services at the client site, because maybe these workshops might not be functioning as of now, due to a lot of countries being in lockdowns. Is it possible to offer people experiences in their own homes? Is it possible to actually deliver that experience? There are possibilities, because again, it will not recover is our assumption, but it will come back in some other form. Like tourism might not recover in a hurry, but local experiences might really kind of go up. Like in Singapore, the government initiative is that they are actually creating something called Singapore Rediscover, and they are offering money to people to use staycations in the local hotels to go and visit the local attractions. Japan has a similar package as well. So things will come up, but the whole ability to kind of be able to take your learning and deliver it for your vocational purposes, the whole medium might change. Like no longer being a flight attendant is your first choice. You might have to go in other service industry.
So very well said, Farida. I will take from there where you left. See, let's go back to the same discussion of internship of 2020. Um, let's be very practical about it. See, what happens is if you're, let's discuss chef as an opportunity. Now, chef is a penultimate opportunity in the hotel management area. So, you don't become chef just like that. You don't get trained to become
Yes,
chef. You have to come out of that hotel management and then eventually recognize somebody else recognize you, or you yourself recognize that you have a skill, then you become a chef. So it's not a one day activity. Really,
absolutely.
in real sense, what really happens is you are a hotel management graduate, you get into a hotel management internship job for 2 years, and from there, the way you perform into various aspects of hotel, you get identified, and then you get built into your career line. So you have to do, administration. You have to do billing. You have to welcome the guests. You have to clean the bathroom. You have to make up the bed, and you have to also cook. And when you do all these different activities in hotels, some might get into hospitality, some might get into cooking, some might get into something else. So these branch out happens after you finish your study. And to get into this profession, see, we are all mature people, so we can think about it. Hey, I want to become chef, so I will do my digital classes and digital courses and I'll become chef. But that's not the reality. You have to go through the internship. The problem of that we are discussing today is there are no internship plan because the hotels are not getting any guests. um, what will happen to hotel management grads who want to become interns for next 2 years after 2020? What are the opportunities for them? I think that is where I'm trying to bring back the discussion.
Yes, absolutely agree, and that's what I'm trying to say as well. That these are people who would do everything, so they will not just be focused on getting a job within the hotel industry, because there are not that many jobs. There is not all most hotels in most countries are doing stay-at-home and quarantine notices. They don't have jobs for more people because they are trying very hard to keep their own staff. So for these grads, there could be opportunities in terms of being able to go into, say, online administration, the ability to deliver. If they are really good and they are trained as chefs already, they are training to kind of go just in the culinary line, then they have the opportunity to deliver these experiences to people in their own homes. That is one option. Like in Singapore, here we have a concept called smart kitchens, which is a rented place which has a kitchen setup. You can actually, without having a restaurant, you can run your own delivery service from there because they have all the licenses and everything. I do not know if a similar thing exists elsewhere, but these are some options for people to kind of look at, because the typical jobs, the reality is that they are not available, or they won't be available at least for some time. And a new chef who's not known at all cannot deliver online classes. Even if they do it for free, it's okay. They will build a certain amount of audience, and then probably they can actually then kind of find opportunities there, but immediately they won't be able to start delivering classes and things like that. So they will need to be open, they will need to adapt, they will need to see what opportunities in customer service, customer relations, online e-commerce, delivery, what kind of options are coming their way, and they will need to be able to pick up whatever is coming their way.
Yeah, I also feel, I also want to add in this that not only a chef is when CP is saying that he has to after graduation he has to undergo a lot of training in different aspect of hospitality. So when we talk about this, then it's not only that cooking he will do. There are some floral arrangement thing which we can do teach people online. So opportunities are there for certain segment. Then you have to just convert those into a different segment and a different maybe different way to really go online and find good opportunity for yourself and for others also, because learning aspect is also very important. So if you are teaching and you want to really share your information, your education, your skill, I think that this is a platform. But yes, competition is there. You have to be talented, and the learning outcome is.
My only, objection to this is, or rather, my opinion is that they will not be able to start earning, and in isolation there is only that much experience they can gain. So I would say that they should be open and see where the opportunities are. And I'm sure that employers also are open to hire people from diverse backgrounds, because this you trained, I mean, whatever you trained for, the world has changed completely. We trained for a different world, and today the world looks distinctly different. So I still feel that they should be open to whatever jobs are available, which can utilize their other skills, and perhaps when things start at least going in the direction that they want to, there is always a chance to actually move back. Who knows? They might start liking what they are doing in the new normal.
So, let's go back to the opportunity at hand. I think we have to, or, it's our responsibility to give some sort of guidance in terms of what are the opportunities for the batch of 2020. Um, for instance, if you go back just few years back, last 3 to 5 years, um, there were economy was booming across the world, and there were new jobs which were created. Things like you mentioned, Farida, kitchens. So we are from India, so India was full of kitchens. There are home delivery was a booming business. So it's not only the kitchens which were making money. There was new chefs which were getting employed because each kitchen was producing different kind of gourmet meals, and then the delivery was also happening. So now, if you look at the delivery folks, which are part of they are the entrepreneurs in some way, but they're associated with certain kitchens, and they were able to make up to $500 to $1,000 per day, just delivering the food from kitchen to the customer. So the situation of the economy right now in that small segment of society, the kitchens are out of business, the delivery guys are out of business, and consequently there are no job employment in this arena. So I think what I get after talking to both of you is that first off, the degree is important, but I think there are a lot of gaps in the vocational education also, in order to get groomed to leverage the digital arena. For example, Kanchan said that, hey, there are not only cooking, but there are some other activities which you can do. The problem with that model is that you still have to do something physical, but until you start doing physical, for example, if you have to set up the flowers, you need to go and set up flowers somewhere else so that you can collect money. But right now that opportunity is not there. So in the interim, what do you do? I mean, the batch is going to pass out in 2020 and they have nothing to do. So that is where my point is that I think there is a gap. All these things that we are talking about, which are non-digital in nature, the jobs like mechanics, chefs, administration, I think these students need little bit of hand holding, and that handholding can be provided by the online institutes who will teach all these small activities. So instead of doing internship, these interns rather do some courses, so that when the economy opens up, when COVID goes away after 1 or 2 years, they don't have to again do internship for next 2 years. They can say that, hey, I've got these courses during the COVID era and I'm trained on these activities. So this is what my opinion is. What do you guys think about?
I think you are in the right direction, but for some people it might be imperative that they have finished their graduation. They need to start earning, because not everyone's family background is capable of sustaining them for the next 2 years, because planning could have been that, okay, this person is going to graduate and they are going to go and take care of themselves. So that's where I'm saying that probably be, so they can actually pick up some more skills by doing online courses and stuff, but that is very futuristic for me. Right now they should take up wherever there's an opportunity. For instance, there are a lot of freelancer platforms, and even services like a virtual assistant. Most people with a little bit of diligence and little awareness of how to use say text editors can actually deliver that service, because it's all about coordinating stuff and things like that. So maybe that is one option till the time they can actually find something concrete and keep upgrading themselves. There could be opportunities where say customer service. So basically, since e-commerce has boomed so much, there is requirement for customer service, because still somebody is addressing the consumer's queries, right? Either via phone or via email. So there is opportunity in that area as well. In fact, I'll share an experience. I made a complaint to Amazon today morning that the microwave that I bought has spoiled. What are my options? And never before have I actually got a reply from Amazon in 3 minutes. Today I got a reply in 3 minutes saying that we're really sorry for the inconvenience. We have these slots available for them to pick up your product and we will replace it free of cost. That just proves one thing, that they probably have ramped up their customer service. Maybe people are working from home and the response time is become much better, because again, in the digital world, even if they are Amazon or they are anyone else, they are also competing for business, and they will have opportunities where they will hire people to address queries, for instance. Yeah. uh, Call centers have not gone out of business, because they are still functioning. If today I have a problem with my phone, I am still calling somebody. So there are opportunities in that area, and I don't think that's going to shrink at any point in time. That's only going to expand. So I am saying that while you can pick up other skills, you can do digital skills in your own time, you need something to sustain, and probably this could be the way forward.
I would like to add to this in terms of opportunity. I think there are new opportunities in the area of editors. There are opportunities in terms of video content editor, um,
Yes, absolutely.
text editors, curators. I think these are new areas where people can pick up skills, and if they are on the creative side, they can try their luck in entering into these areas. Maybe get associated with some senior people, learn the tricks, and then be on their own. Kanchan, what is your opinion on this?
Yeah, I agree with the points you made about the hand holding of these young students, and I also agree with Farida's point when it's a buffer time, so you take up whatever is available, and in the meantime you groom yourself, because I also feel there's a shift in the operation system also, like Farida quoted Amazon. Now we have a lot of opportunity in supply chain. Things are every company wants to really satisfy the customer. Their customers also there. So there's opportunity in supply chain. So you just can pick up any of the job or time. Train yourself whatever you feel like you feel that you are good in that. You train in that particular course. All courses are available online. You need not to go out. You can find out the suitable course online and train yourself. Then there's opportunity of in health sector. There's many opportunities available in the health sector, like maybe in the supply chain in health sector also there. Then there are opportunities in education also. You sit at home and while learning, you can also teach your experience, your skill. And there's nothing like you start if you don't have experience of flower arrangement in education, but doesn't mean that. But you have the skill of how to really do a flower arrangement. So make a small courses. Start doing a little business along with the opportunity you are in. So I think this will make a lot of change in this current 2020 passout students' life and career.
I also like to add something more here. So, there are opportunities in areas like, for instance, warehousing, like you said, supply chain. So, warehousing, that also actually requires people, because end of the day, if there is a shift to e-commerce, there are maybe 20 jobs that went away from brick and mortar stores, but 20 more were created in the back offices. So, it is just a mindset shift. Again, I'm saying that for, that period of adoption and adapting is a difficult period, because in my mind I trained to become say an administration manager, and I want to work in an office. I was not prepared to work in a warehouse. But the thing is that that is where the opportunity is now. So it is also a mindset shift. Honestly, we can acquire a lot of skills, and a lot of it actually could be, on the job learning. But eventually it's a mindset shift. It's, adopting and adapting to what is available, and then, being open to it as well. So my recommendation to anyone who's watching us and who's a new grad passing out would be that keep an open mind. Uh, who knows? You might start liking what you're doing, because we do not know how the new normal is going to look like, and this might as well be the new normal.
I think we had a very good discussion today, and I just want to appeal to the youngsters, specifically who are passing out in 2020 or even next year, that if they are looking for some advice, do write to us, reach out to us. Our email address is listed at the end of this video. We are all here, three of us, to help you, to guide you, and also ensure that we orient you in the right direction, so that you can do the right activities for next 2 years and you build your career. You don't waste your COVID years. So with this, I would like to thank our guests today, Farida and Kanchan. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a very fruitful discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we will catch up again next Friday. Until then, bye-bye. You guys take care, and appeal to youngsters once again to write to us, engage with us. We will try to help you, to orient you in the right direction, so that you find the right career. So with this, I'll end this discussion, and we will catch up next Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.